What's something that you really fear? Maybe speaking, snakes, spiders? Is it heights? Is it fear of falling off a roof? What is it that really sets terror in you? Is it going and cold calling, picking up the phone and calling a perfect stranger? Years ago, back when I was a teenager, I was helping an old gentleman. He was in his 80s at the time, and he had a little postage stamp size yard, and I'd go up and I'd mow it. And it was such a small yard, it was faster to use his little push mower that had no motor. You just push it and it would spin the little blades, and it would only take me like 5 minutes to mow it. It took longer to get to his house than it did to actually mow his lawn. And he lived up on this hill, and he was in a townhome. So you've got several homes together, all stuffed together, where you've got the shared walls between each individual home, but each homeowner owned their little portion. Now, one day he said, "Hey, Jason, it's getting to be fall. Would you mind going under the house and shutting off the little valve so that my hose doesn't freeze when it gets to be wintertime?" I was like, "Oh, sure, not a problem." So again, remember, this is a townhome, and this is set up on the foothills in Boise. And so it was built, and the hill is a pretty steep hill. So I had to go around on this side, walk by, I think there's like 7 more homes on this side. It was a massive building. So I had to walk past 7 homes, come around down below, and he gave me a key. And down on the other side was a big metal door. So I had to unlock the door, and the homes were individual homes, but they all shared the same foundation. So the crawl space was shared probably by 10 different homes. And because it was set on a hill, this side was really shallow, but this side was probably 12 feet tall for the crawl space. So massive crawl space. So I get down there, walk down. There's a little path that you can take. I get to it. I put the key in. I unlock it. I open the door. It's kind of stuck, and I pull it open, and I look in, and it's pretty dark. And I've got a little flashlight that he gave me. I turn the flashlight on, and I haven't noticed anything yet, but I go and reach back, and I can't find the doorknob. So I'm just reaching in air, and I turn around, and I was going to grab the door to shut it. I don't know why I was going to shut it. I just programmed to shut doors, I guess. But when I go to reach, there's a black widow sitting right next to the doorknob on the door. And I was like, whoa, that's unexpected. And then I look, and there's another black widow here, another one down there. There's like 3 black widows on the door. Like, whoa, that's crazy. What's the odds of seeing 3 black widows? Turn the flashlight on, look in, and there's black widows everywhere. There are no less than 100 black widows that I can see immediately. And it was the creepiest thing in my life. They're on the floor. They're hanging from strings. You can see their webs. And the worst part was there was actual egg sacs hanging from the ceiling at various heights. And I'm shining my light in, and I'm thinking, if I don't do this, an 80-year-old man's going to try and walk down this path to get in here. There's no way he can walk through here. He's going to get bit by 100 black widows and die, and it'll be my fault. I'm like, oh man. So I've got this terrible fear, because who wants to walk into a dark room with 100 black widows that have webs everywhere? So it was one of those like a movie moment. And I'm walking, I'm moving, and I'm shifting. I touch a web accidentally, I pull back, and the web shakes. And finally I get over to where the valve is, shut it off, and I just want to run. But I know if I run, I'm going to get wrapped up and I'll be covered in black widows before I get out. So I have to go at that same slow pace. And I faced a fear in that moment, and it was absolutely terrifying. What I discovered was most fears don't ever happen. I didn't get bit. No black widows dropped onto me and bit me, and I didn't have to go to the hospital. I didn't get sick. My skin didn't swell up. I didn't die. None of the problems. But my body was still trying to protect me from what it perceived as a threat. And black widows in that number to human are a pretty big threat. But nothing bad actually happened. How many times in our lives are we stopped because of a fear that is inside of our brain, inside of our gut, wherever it is inside of us that says, don't do this, stop, it's scary, it's going to hurt you, you're going to end up in a bad place. And it's trying to protect us, but it's trying to protect us not from something that will happen, but from a possibility of something that could happen in the future. Oftentimes our fears are things that the subconscious, the emotional, that fight or flight system is all working together to try and keep us safe, but there's no guarantee they will happen. When we allow our fears to stop us, we are absolutely cementing in the idea that we will never be able to do the thing that we're scared of. When we can take a step back and recognize that we feel the fear and then determine, is this worth pursuing? And then take the step into the unknown, you're helping that part of your body to recognize that yes, it is a potential threat, but it's not a guaranteed threat. And if we act with caution, we can oftentimes avoid the thing we're afraid of and still accomplish the thing that we're hoping to.